Hi everyone and welcome. This has been quite a week, really intense energetically and for many also physically. And the reason why is that the frequency has changed, and that really affects our physical body as well, and we're going through a lot of changes. So in this video I will be sharing some of the information I have received on what's going on, and some things that are important to keep in mind as we're moving forward. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Follow your own guidance. That's the really most important thing, no matter which moment it is and what is happening internally or externally. So, as we are now in a new frequency, it doesn't mean that the old frequency doesn't exist anymore. So, we have a choice, and that's so important. In this new frequency, we have a much stronger ability to create, to manifest. And we know this, that where we put our attention, our energy goes. What we direct our attention on, that gets fed with energy. So this is the same, but it's amplified. And so if you choose to not play in these new frequencies or allow them in, you won't experience it in that way either. So you have a choice. And that's very important, because when we consciously make the choice of playing in the new frequency and to allow the changes that are happening, allow the releases that are happening, allow the external changes that are happening to actually occur, then we're moving much quicker, both personally and collectively, into a bigger field of this new energy. Today, as I was walking in nature, I was shown physically for the first time this new, really vibrant, colorful, diamond shaped almost frequency, and it was breathtakingly beautiful to watch. And I was also shown, and I was working with the sun and the sunrise coming in and really taking it in on a cellular level. So starting to really work with our bodies, and have in mind that we are conscious creators. So what will come into you and into your body are, the things that you allow in. And whatever you don't want to allow in, you have the choice not to allow in. So we have this sovereign field, and this is so much more powerful now, or we can feel it much more, I will say. And that also have to do with the empowerment that comes with all the clearing we have been doing, and the clearing that continues to happen. And we understand and we experience to a higher degree that we can actually create, that we actually are empowered being, that we can access our own free choice. And when we're stepping out of the programming that we've been in, and we're shining the light on our belief systems, and we're gaining awareness of our belief systems, and we are choosing, because that's a choice as well. Do you choose to continue having that belief, or do you choose to change it? So when we are making these choices and we're seeing the programming, we're seeing the beliefs, and we make a choice whether to continue being in that program, believing those beliefs or not, then we actually have a free choice. Then we access our free will. And that is very important to have in mind as we're moving forward. Now, what I've been shown that has been happening this week, and that will continue to go on, but that has been very, very intense this week, is connected to mostly the first, second, sixth and seventh chakra. And there is a lot of shame that is clearing. So some of you might have been really going through the emotion of shame, really feeling it, things being triggered that has come up with things you have experienced, or you can maybe see, or like feeling that you're being pushed into something where you hold yourself back because there is some shame involved in that, or being triggered in you with that. And what have showed me is that these frequencies that are now coming up from the inner earth, which is quite new in the way it's happening now, combined with the energies that are coming in from the universe, that combination has made it so that, you know, especially first two chakras have to clear for the energy to come up. And then when this is happening, we are also clearing and activating or accessing more of what's in our third eye and our crown. And that's how we also receive more of these energies coming in. So it's a combination. And to allow these energies to come up, it will stir up things that are in the root and in the sacral. And I've been talking especially about shame. And I said, like, a year ago, it was very much the frequency of fear. It was surrender. It was codependency. These kind of frequencies and patterns and emotions that we learned a lot about. Now one of the main frequencies and emotions that we are facing, that we are clearing, is shame. And this is both on a personal level and on a collective level. Meaning there's a lot of awakenings happening now, and people are awakening exponentially. Be aware also when you talk with others or when you interact with others in any way. Are you shaming them for awakening later than you? Are you belittling people? Like, everything that is in that frequency is something we are being asked to become very aware of. And also when it comes to ourselves, because there will be very sudden changes, quick changes happening throughout this year. And if we are shaming ourselves for shifting a perspective, for changing our opinion on something, if that's a pattern we have, we are holding ourselves back from going with these energies and going with the changes. So see how, like, really take a look at how shame is playing in your world and in your field. And a lot of the physical things that some people might have been experiencing this week can also be very connected to the shame clearing. So the physical sensations. And also, as this is clearing, there's more energy coming to the crown and to the crown and to the third eye. So all these energies moving in the body. I know probably people have been experiencing a lot of vertigo, nausea, pressures in the head, emotions coming up, mood shifting really quickly, like these kind of things. And if we're experiencing these things, it's important also to not attach to it, resist it, or try to fight it, but just have, and that's really the point of this part of the message, is just to bring awareness around it, so that we can release that resistance and the worry or whatever might come up. And this is not to attach to in the sense like, oh, I haven't experienced this, or this should happen, or this is the right way it should happen. That's not the case either. So the really important thing is to be present with your experience. And the shifts goes very quickly now. So if these things are experienced, knowing that it's okay, it's clearing, and the more we release, the more we come out of the resistance and we just accept what is, the quicker it will move through our system. The energies coming in are also, and I've been talking about this a bit before, changing the body on a cellular level. So drinking a lot of water, being by water, sitting by creeks, sitting by the ocean, a lake, having a bath, and especially drinking water helps the shift that is going on in the physical body, and grounding, being in nature, because then your body starts to entwine with the energies in the nature, and it helps sort of the pressure that we might feel in the physical body. We are accessing more of our blueprint now, and we will continue to do so more and more quickly. We will feel these changes and sort of aha moments, and knowing where to be or what to do, or suddenly understanding things, receiving downloads, having more of a close connection with our higher self, and being like more, accessing more of our own truth in a way. And this is also because of this new frequency, so we are accessing it. It's the same like when someone talks about activations. So something can be activated in the body, which is the same really as accessing something, and it's because of the frequency. So when we experience this now, it's because things are clearing and releasing from the body, and by that happening, we are accessing more of what's in our blueprint. So this is something that is happening more and more quickly now, that will also create a lot of changes in many people's life, and not resisting this, but actually going with what you feel inside, going with your calling, following your truth, and not listening to what other people might say. That's really, really important now. And to access this, it's very important to be in the body. That's another point I keep repeating. By being in our body, we access our blueprint, because our blueprint is in our body. And by clearing the first and second chakra, like we are currently doing, we are coming more into our body, because it's what is rooting us down in the body and into the earth. And that's really the place from where it unravels your path from that point, according to your own plan, meaning the plan you made prior to incarnating. And that ties in with the whole shaming, when like the reawakening journey, because we tend to see things as like there's these steps, like you're walking. Now I can't remember the word. That's funny. The stairs. There we have it. Easy word. Climbing up the stairs, right? And we tend to see like, oh, this person is more awakened than me, or like how will I ever be on that level of awakening, and we shame ourselves for where we're at. Or we look at someone who hasn't come to the level of awakening that we have and look sort of down at them, and we say like, haven't you realized this yet? Like, come on, wake up, right? And we shame them. And rather than holding the awakening in that sort of picture, imagine it as expansion. So it's not gooder than or better than or worse than. It's simply a field that expands. In it, the more you awaken, the more it expands, the more you can see, the more is lit up. But it's not higher than or lower than. So see this when you go through these changes in your own life and in your own perception of things, because there's so many changes that will be coming, that if you're shaming yourself for not having realized something before, and therefore you're almost afraid of stepping into this new thing because you feel the shame of where you have been, rather give yourself credit for actually having the courage to open up, to expand, and go through those contracted hours, days, those states when we feel really contracted prior to expanding. Or the opposite, we feel an expansion and then we feel the contraction and the body starts clearing, and it happens all over again. So being okay and accepting where you're at. Look at shaming in your own life and in the interaction with others, and especially shame around change. Realize that you have a choice, that the more programs are being cleared, the more belief systems are being changed, and the more awareness we have on this, the more we access our free choice. And we are accessing, by all this clearing, we're accessing more and more of our own blueprint. I hope this can be helpful for you. Please share if you know someone who can have assistance of it. I'd love to hear your feedback, your comments on it. And I wish you a beautiful day and an interesting journey for sure. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.